Hi, my name is Emily Spear. I'm the fitness coordinator here at Frazer, and I just wanted to invite you to my yard to do a chair class. Chair classes are awesome. They're perfect for people that just need to stretch, that can't go on the floor, but they're also great for anyone. You can use heavier weights while you're seated in your chair. You can hold on to the chair or choose not to. I'll show you a variety of options so anyone can do this class. So thank you for coming and joining me today. We're just going to start by making sure that we're sitting up tall, rolling our shoulders back, pulling our belly button in. I like to sit about halfway back in the chair instead of sitting all the way back, but if you need the support of the back of your chair, please make sure you do that. And it's good to have a chair that doesn't have arms on it as well, so you can be more free to move around, okay? So again, I'm going to sit halfway up in my chair. I'm going to roll my shoulders back, pull my belly button in, so I'm sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to begin by just taking some nice, easy rolls with my head, just loosening my neck. Good, then I'm gonna take my shoulders up and back, do some big rolls, bringing my elbows into it. Take your hands, placing them on your shoulders. Nice, easy rolls back. And then we'll do some fuller rolls. Good, really pushing the elbows back. Good, now let's open and close. So we're gonna come together, rounding our back and then opening our chest and lifting. And this video is only going to last about 25 minutes. So don't feel like it's going to take too much time out of your schedule. Then we're going to inhale up. So inhale big. Good. 3 more. Come on, deep belly breaths one more time. So let's open up our feet a little bit, and we're just going to reach over 4 times. And that's 1. Nice long side stretch. Good, and 1 more each side. What a beautiful day outside. Okay, so now I want you to reach across your body. So arm just rotates over. Rotate your upper body. Not moving our lower body yet. And 1 more. Good, place that one down. Let's reach to the other side and just give it a pull back. Reaching over. You can even look over that shoulder. We got 1 more. Good, now let's begin to rotate. So we'll just put our hands up, just lightly closing our fist and just feel a rotation. If you want to be a little bit more aggressive, you can pick the elbows up and rotate through that way. 2 and 1, good. So let's move down to our hips. Again, keeping those shoulders back, that belly button engaged, and we're gonna march with our legs, okay? So picking up your knees. Again, the further forward you sit, the more you're using with your legs. If you need more support, just sit all the way back in your chair, okay? So we're gonna march forward if you can in your seat, and then we're just gonna march back. So it's like a count of 4 forward. Good, and 4 back. And again, you're just lifting up your body as it moves forward and back. Good, 2. And 1 more. Good. Okay, so again, I'm gonna go and sit all the way forward in my chair for this because I want more of my long leg to be off the seat instead of half of it being on the chair. We're gonna keep our chest up and we're just gonna hinge forward seated. So you wanna feel your hips sitting back and the stretch all the way down the back of your leg that's extended. And we're gonna do 1 more. Good, now let's swap legs. So let's extend the other leg out again, chest up, hips back, and then hinge forward. Again, focusing really on that hamstring stretching a lot. Good, 2, 1 more. Great job. Okay, so I'm gonna stay forward because I wanna use more of my legs. So again, you adjust. We're gonna do some opening, closing with our knees. And if you wanna keep the foot off the ground, it's a little bit more aggressive, or you can tap each time. You can do that as well. But make sure you're still sitting up tall if your back is not against the chair. 2, and 1 more. Good, let's do the other side. Okay, so important to open our hips and allow those hips to stretch out. We tend to sit a lot, so we want to really get those hips open. and 1. Good. So let's do some reach overs. Okay, all the way through. So open your legs all the way wide. Take your arms up. We're just going to reach all the way down and then come back. So this is more of a full body stretch. Just moving through it. And allow it to begin to open your hips just a little bit more. Good. Give me 2 more. And 1 more time. Good. Take your arms down. Roll your shoulders back. So we're going to begin our weights. So I'm starting off using just a 5-pound set of weights. Feel free to use 2s, 3s, or you can even go heavier if you'd like. We're just going to use 1 at a time. So we're going to get up, come to the side of our chair. Okay. Start with the biceps, our hands out front. We're going to lift the knee and curl the bicep. Okay. So if you need the chair for support, go ahead and use that. Otherwise, you can just keep your hand down your side. Good, 2 more. Great job. Okay, so now rest it on the leg for the outside. And we're gonna do some long leg lifts out. So we tend to work the muscles going forward and back, our quadricep and our hamstring. So really good to do the inner outer muscles. And 1 more. Good. So now that weight is up, we're gonna kick back with the tricep and do a long leg back. So as you extend the long leg, I want you to contract your glute. So tighten that muscle. So we're working a little extra, getting a good swing on the back of the arm so you can feel that tricep contract. And 1 more. Good. Okay, so before we move to the other side, you just set the weight on your chair. What you're gonna do here is put your hands on top of your chair, spread your feet apart, and you're just gonna hinge back, which means my hips are sitting back. So I'm pushing back with long legs, okay? And 1 more time. Good, this really gets the back stretched out. We're gonna come all the way up tall, roll our shoulders back. And again, you can hold on or you can choose not to. And we're just gonna go up and down on our toes, just loosening our feet. This is a great time to start working on a little bit of balance, keeping that core engaged. 2, 1, let's just rock it back and forth. So I'm gonna put my hands on top. I'm coming back in my heels, up in my toes, back in my heels, up in my toes. Good, give me 4 more. And 1, good. We're gonna go the other side now. So grab that weight again. Start with that bicep, putting the hand out front, coming up, bending the knee, curling the hand, and again, hold on if you'd like, or if you can do it without it. Also say it's great to use like 1 or 2 fingers, so you can use that for balance as well, without over gripping. And 1 more. Okay, let's put that weight on the side of outside of the leg, and let's lift it out long. If anything feels too hard, just do it without the weight right now until you feel more comfortable to add the weight. Good, 2 more. And last one. Good. And we're gonna go straight back. So let's start with the weight up high. So remember, you're getting a tricep and a long leg lift back. So as you lift it long, you're actually squeezing and contracting the glute and then taking the arm back for the tricep on the back of the arm as well. And 1 more. Great job. Okay, so let's sit this weight down the chair again. We're just gonna do a little motion stepping out and stepping back. Okay, so again, you can hold on to your chair if you'd like. We're doing some side squats. Again, wanting to work the inside, outside of our hips. As we sit a lot, they get really tight. So it's often important to do that since we don't go side to side very often every day. Okay, good, 1 more at each side. Great job. Now let's do the same thing, but go back. So again, we don't always step back with our feet. So you can extend your whole foot down, or you're welcome to just tap it back to a toe. And you can also put your hands on your hips and do that as well. So again, you can make this as easy or as hard as you like. Good job. Okay, so one last thing before we sit back in our chair. We're gonna do some balancing. So we've got security in this outside leg. We're gonna lift the inside leg, and we're rested here on the chair as well, okay? So again, engage your belly button, roll your shoulders back, pick up the knee. If you wanna make it harder, you can bring it up at a 90-degree angle. Otherwise, keeping it lower to make it easier. So you can tap it down if you need to, okay? So looking straight ahead. Again, belly button engaged, chest, shoulders roll back and up, and then hold it. Good job. Okay, let's go to the other side. So again, we're gonna lift the inside leg. So we have stability here and at the chair. So either leave it low or lift it a little higher to be more challenging. And again, use that 2-finger if you'd like, your whole hand if you really need to, okay? Or place the hand down, staring straight ahead with your shoulders back and your belly button in, holding the knee. And keep a good focal point that really helps your balance. Good, we held for about 20-25 seconds. So it's really good. A good rule of thumb is try to practice that and do that for about 45 seconds if you can. Okay. All right. So again, you can sit halfway up in the chair if you'd like, or all the way back if you need that support in the chair. So we're going to roll our shoulders back. We're going to do some seated work. We're going to put our weights up in our legs. Okay. Belly button engaged, and then just alternate overhead. Now this is where you can make it a little more challenging if you'd like to. If you're feeling pretty strong with this, you can do both arms to finish the set. Okay, you can do them together. I would stop right here if you'd like. Okay, otherwise stay at that single arm. Good, give me 2 more. And 1 more each side. Good, okay, so that's one direction we can work our shoulders. So take your weights down by your side. We're just gonna lift up and lift up. And again, you can do these at the same time as well. So if you want to do both, it's a little bit harder to do both at the same time. But if you're feeling strong today, go ahead. We're not doing very many reps. Good, 2 more each side. So we're getting a great workout in a short amount of time. Okay, so we're gonna sit those weights on the legs. So just giving a little weighted move to the move we did earlier. I'm sitting all the way up in my chair so I can get a little more movement in that leg joint as well as the hip joint. Come on, feel the body open and close. Again, you can tap if you need to. And try to stay tall. Really easy to slump back on this one. So we want to keep our body up and our belly button in. So let's do the other side. You got this. Come on, stay encouraged. And 1, good. So I like to sit back a little bit more on this one. This is an oblique side reach. So we're just gonna reach side to side, but we need to, again, make sure our shoulders are back, our belly button's in, and then act like you're gonna drop it on the ground, but instead you come right back up. So we've heard of people call things muffin tops. That's where our oblique is. So we wanna make sure we're really working that well. Squeeze in our sides. Good, 8, 7, 5, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, so we gave those arms a little bit of a break. We're gonna go into the shoulder one last time. So you can start with them on your legs and just reach it out and come back. You're welcome to make it a little more challenging by coming down low and just reaching it up. Or you can do both arms. Whatever you're doing, just keep going with it, okay? So again, this was the one we started with, almost there. One more each side. And one. Good. So we're going to do a long leg lift. So I want you to take the weight, sit it on your quadricep on the top of your leg, and we're just going to lift the foot up. Again, this is one that you can really fall back and sink your upper body. So try not to do that, okay? Keeping your shoulders back. Good. Belly button in. Using your core to help you lift that leg. Good. Let's go the other side. So again, extending the leg. Feels comfortable to flex the foot as well. So you're working the muscle extra. Not over gripping that weight. Just letting it rest on that leg. And again, sitting up tall. And one. Good. Okay, so now we're going to do a little rotation. So our elbows are in. I'm sitting forward again, so I'm not hitting the back of my chair. Engaging my belly button and rotating through. 2 and 1. Good. Okay, so we're going to do just a little over-unders. You can keep both weights if you like. I'm going to sit one down, so I'm going to hold it long ways. I'm going to spread my feet open, and I'm going to come down, bring it under my chin. So just a little more full body movement right here at the end before we finish our weights. Again, focus on what it feels like on your inner thigh. Just really opening the hips and working them. We're going to go a little bit higher if you can. If you can extend a long arm straight out from your shoulder, try to. The hardest is to actually come up and then come down. So we're coming all the way up, taking a tricep overhead, and then coming back down. So again, you've got choices. I'm going to show you all of them. Okay, so any of those are working. 4, 3, makes your hips feel so much better. 2, we got one more. Good. We've had such pretty windy days. Such a beautiful day. Okay, so I'm going to sit back in my chair, and we're just going to get one more move, which is a diagonal. But what I want you to feel here is you're actually scooping up the water in your bucket and throwing it over the shoulder. So 4 more of these. Good. 2 more. And last one. Good job. Okay, so let's go to the other side. Ready? Let's scoop that water up. Throw it over your shoulder. You got it. Come on, feel your body working. Working one side of your waist. And throwing it over, working that other side as well. And one more. Good job. So we're just going to sit the weights down on the ground. We're going to go through a little stretch portion just to finish out here. So I like to sit back in my chair a little more. I'm still not totally putting my back against it, but you're welcome to. We're just going to open our legs up, stretch and reach that side. Now as you do this, I want you to feel your body really taking some deeper breaths. So important to slow down and let our body relax. If you want to watch this video portion again, you're welcome to start here and just do a stretch portion if you need to do that before you develop into the strength to really do the weights. But I'm telling you, it's just a great workout for everybody, so do it all if you can. We're going to put our hand on the opposite side. We're actually going to touch the back of our chair and just look over your shoulder, okay? Again, taking those deep breaths. Make sure you're really breathing. Good. We just want to feel that natural stretch in our spine, just that natural twist. Come on, taking your deep breaths. Good. Let's take our hand and just put our palm out. Take your fingers and just bend them back and really stretch your forearms. Still sitting up tall. We're not slumping over. Good. Let's go the other side. Again, palm out. Pull your fingers back. Just a great stretch. This even helps some with carpal tunnel if you have that, or if you've been sitting and doing some things with your hands on the computer or sewing. Really great for that as well. We're gonna open up our legs here. I just want you to lay all the way forward. Come on, again, taking deep breaths. Okay, now I want you to come up and just reach up as tall as you can. Just feel nice long length here. Again, breathing, and hands come down. Let's take one leg forward. I'm gonna go and sit all the way forward again in my seat if I can do that. Y'all try to do that, keeping your chest up. That long leg is forward, and we're just gonna hold that stretch. So again, feel it on the back of the leg. We warmed up with this earlier, so we're really focusing on the hamstring by holding it now. Hope you've enjoyed your time here today. We're almost done. So hang in there just a little bit longer with me. Let's put that other toe up, extending that leg. And I'm sitting back in my hips so I can really get a good stretch. My chest is still up, I'm not bending forward. Good. So let's pick up a foot off the ground. You can roll that ankle, and I also want you to roll your wrist, okay? You can roll them both ways. So let's just loosen up our joints after we've worked out as well. You can do this before and after if you'd like. Let's do the other side. For sake of time, we're just kind of limiting what we do so we can get a little bit of everything in. Okay, good job. Now we're just gonna breathe before we finish. I like to sit all the way back in my chair here. Again, I'm gonna roll my shoulders back, engage my belly button in. I'm gonna sit with my palms up, and let's just close our eyes. And I want you to breathe in and out 3 times first. We can open our eyes. Let's just take our head and tilt it to one side. Just feeling that nice stretch on one side of your neck, but not raising up the shoulder. And we'll do the same for the other side. Nice and slow. Again, lengthening this side of your neck, just holding that stretch. Coming back to the center, just taking our chin and tucking it all the way in so we can feel the top back of our spine. Now as you look up, I want you to try to keep your lips together if you can. Take your chin, we're just gonna tilt it up at an angle. And as you take a deep breath, really feel your jaw, really feel your neck, this whole area open and close. Come on, exhale, really lengthen your neck. Good, now let's relax again in our chair. And we're gonna breathe. I'm gonna hold my fingers up for a count of 3. Okay, I want you to take a deep breath in for 3. We're gonna hold. And then my hands are gonna come down nice and slow, okay? So let's try to get some deeper breaths before we finish. Ready? Breathe down deep from your belly, not just your chest. Here we go. Again. Let's try to do 4 breaths deep. Good. This one's the hardest. It's 5. Here we go, our last time. You may have found that last one a little bit harder to do. So try daily to just practice your breathing really deep, holding, and then exhaling nice and slow, okay? So just take those little breaths in and then a slow breath out altogether. So thank you for joining me today. I really enjoyed you getting to be here to exercise with me in the great outdoors. And I just pray that the Lord will bless you and He will continue to help strengthen your body as you exercise and get stronger to help serve Him. Have a great day.